the journalist naturally has to be at least slightly antagonistic to whoever is in power, because that is the nature of journalism itself. Now, you spoke wonderfully about the scams that you unearthed during the UPA time. You
and before that, my friend, even before that, during the Vajpayee time, Pramod Mahajan, pick up my stories from there.
Very good, wonderful. Very good. Now, my only question is, what happened from 2015? The whole point is, Navika, the boycott of that the India Alliance has announced has nothing to do even with the fact that the scams or any anti-government stories in the last 8 to 10 years have not significantly emerged. Is not the point. I think the point that has been made is the attempt to polarize, which may sort of fit in with what the ruling party would like to have done, is something that is extremely dangerous.
So let me ask you, the Sheesh Mahal expose, was it a polarizing story? Why was Bhavna Kishore put in jail? A hapless young reporter put in jail for a story broken by the editor of the channel? I want to ask you, what is polarizing about Sheesh Mahal?
Let me finish.
No, I'm asking you a question. Please answer this as well.
Debates on Hindu-Muslim issues. That numbers came out, 68. Those numbers were given to you, I think, right at the start of the show. How many of these debates tend to be on Hindu-Muslim issues, creating polarization, divisiveness in society? And I think that really is something. Look,
all right. So the DMK leaders cannot be blamed. The DMK leaders, part of the I.N.D.I.A alliance, cannot be blamed. But I have to be blamed because I picked up an issue that is in the news space being spoken about politically and in the society outside. How fair is that, Suhel Seth?
No, I think Sumant's point. I just want to layer something that Sumant was referring to. See, the thing is, and I don't know if the other panelists agree, if the alliance had its representatives on your show, there would have been a voice. Because to be fair, all the alliance representatives get their fair share of voice. And I'm not joking. I've seen a lot of the alliance members who appear on your shows get their fair share of voice. My concern is that now that voice chamber will be empty. That's number one. Number two, what four of us are discussing with you, Navika, is an echo chamber. We know about the boycott. We know that there are intricacies, there is polarizations, belief, blah, blah, blah. The common citizen will now have no contrarian view to the ruling party. So in many ways, it's a self-goal, because I will not have any other voice that will be able to tell me on all these. See, these are not small channels. I can understand if these channels had zero viewership or limited viewership. Let's say I'm not coming on Navika's program and Akashdeep wants to say something, let's say, on the alliance's behalf. And let's imagine, because he has been told by his principals that, look, you can't appear on any of these channels. So Navika's channel or Navika's program is bereft of his presence. So my point is, I'm just making a strategic thing. I'm not passing judgment. How do they address this issue? Who and how will you circumvent the fact that you will be absent and silent on a large part of the media?
Absolutely. And Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, you know, there have been several statements made by BJP leaders as well. In fact, in our last interview with the Prime Minister, we've even asked him about BJP members of Parliament and what action would be taken against them for praising Godse. We've asked none other than the Prime Minister himself. Now, that is not speaking truth to power. Is Mr. Sumant Sriraman, Dr. Sumant Sriraman, being selective about the truth, number one? And number two, does he forget that news is the judgment of the journalist, the editor, and not the judgment of the politician or the doctor?
Actually, Suman Siramanji was saying that there were some polarizing issues on the Hindu-Muslim issues. Yes, he might be thinking, because now the democracy in media is coming. It's also having the Hindu issue, it's also having the Muslim issue. Before 2014, it was only Muslim issue, pro-Muslim issue, and Hindu bashing issue. Hindu was terrorist, saffron was terrorism, Zakir Naik was Shanti ka Masiha, Afzal was Halat ka Mara, Ishrat Jahan was Beti, Hafiz was Sahat. And Yaqub Menon was having judicial killing. And Muslims were having first right over the national resources of India. And Hindus were intolerant, backward. What I would like to remind, the 13 days government of Vajpayee ji, when Sushma Swaraj ji spoken on parliament, anybody can go and check that speech, कि इस देश में सेकुलर होने का मतलब था कि आप हिंदू होने पे शर्म का अनुभव करें, और इंटेलेक्चुअल होने का मतलब था कि हिंदुओं को गाली दे सकें. ये सेकुलरिज्म हमें एक्सेप्ट नहीं है. ये था एस्टैब्लिश नॉर्म. और मैं आपको एक पत्रकारिता का फैक्ट बता देता हूं. उस जमाने में एनीबडी कैन गो एंड चेक. ऑन 30th of October 1990, जिस दिन अयोध्या में गोलियां चली थी, वो वाली कार सेवा, नॉट 6 दिसंबर 92, 30th of October 1990. पहले लेवल ऑफ प्रेस फ्रीडम जानते क्या था? ऑल फ्लाइट्स टू लखनऊ कैंसिल, ऑल ट्रेन्स टू लखनऊ कैंसिल, ऑल बसेस कैंसिल, ऑल प्राइवेट व्हीकल्स कैंसिल, ऑल एसटीडी लाइंस ब्लॉक्ड. और उसके बाद क्या हुआ, चेक कर सकते हैं 3 बजे का दूरदर्शन और आकाशवाणी का बुलेटिन, और रात 9 बजे का दूरदर्शन का समाचार, दूरदर्शन क्या कर, कुछ नहीं हुआ. दे सेड. एंड नेक्स्ट डे मॉर्निंग टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया, नवभारत टाइम्स वर हैविंग द फोटोज कि कैसे कार सेवक गुंबद पे चढ़े हो के वहां पे भगवा ध्वज लहराए हुए, इसलिए 2 नवंबर को गोली चलवाई गई. Such type of shameful journalism was done. Totally झूठ बोलना लोगों के साथ.
And I want to say some facts to you.
दिखाओ, दूसरा दिखाओ नहीं.
Absolutely, and I want to tell our viewers some facts. Anant Kumar Hegde, BJP leader, attacked on Muslims in the past, debated on this channel. Pravesh Verma, Delhi member of parliament of the BJP, and his statements about economic boycott of one community, debated on this channel. Cow vigilante incidents, debated on these channels by the same boycotted anchor. And not just all of this. Gyanvapi, Kashi Mathura, these issues are Hindu-Muslim issues, but they are in court. The courts can talk about it, the matters can go into court, but news channels should not debate it because it will be counted in the Hindu-Muslim, database that is sprung up. Give me a break, my friend. May I tell you a secret today? I just want to tell you that in the liberal era of 2004 to 14, I was even called regressive because I kept the Karwa Chauth Vrat. Well, I continue to do so. I believe in it. I will keep it. I do not believe anybody else has a right to say that to me. And even today, I happen to be probably the only primetime anchor in a sari and a Mangal Sutra because it is my choice. Regressive, not liberal, too bad. And that's the way my journalism is. I don't suit you, too bad. I will continue to do what I do. I will continue to ask the question, and no boycott is going to deter me. I leave it at that. On the other side,